seized power in a coup led by General Park Chung-hee. Korea's new dictator promised a period of tough authoritarian rule, which would strengthen the country against the North and restore national pride. As part of an early campaign against decadent habits, 4,000 young men were arrested for being hooligans. Their hair was cut to fit the new mood of austerity. The black market was closed down, profiteers and corrupt businessmen arrested, and smuggled foreign goods seized and burned. From now on, the national priority would be high-speed economic development on the Japanese model, with General Park giving the orders.
대통령은 주원 건설부 장관을 대동 헬리콥터를 타고 경부 고속도로의 노선 확정 지역을 시설했습니다.
Park took close control of a series of large projects to develop South Korea's infrastructure.
공중 시찰에 나선 박 대통령은 이 고속도로의 건설이 하루빨리 이루어져야 되겠다고 말했습니다.
The new road was driven across the country in record time to link South Korea's largest cities. Kwak Man-young, who'd lost track of his sister during the war, now worked as an engineer on the road.
We had no real experience of road construction, and there were no skilled workers. So we had to use books and learn as we went along. We worked from dawn to dusk, and after the sun went down, we kept on working until midnight. Then, at midnight, we had to study the new machinery and the plans. The workers were able to sleep, but we managers had to use this sleeping time to figure out what we'd do next.
Even more than in Japan, the government told businessmen what kind of factories were to be built and where. The pride of the new Korea would be a huge steelworks. Park said, "Steel is national power." Workers were allowed no excuses.
I went to my boss and said, "We can't work because we don't have tools." And he said, if you had all the tools and all the equipment needed, anyone could do it. You shouldn't complain. You should create something from nothing. If you don't have it, make it. Make the tools with your own hands and get the work done on time. That's your job.
A workforce of tens of thousands was commanded by a former general with a can-do military approach. If the workmanship fell below standard, he had it blown up. They worked so fast that accidents were frequent. As part of reparations for her colonial rule, Japan supplied much of the money, the machinery, and the technicians.
The Japanese were impressed with the Koreans. They were surprised that we could get things done much faster and shorten the work period. They said that we Koreans had the human qualities to create a miracle.
In one leap, the Koreans had gone from making no steel at all to having one of the most modern plants anywhere, with a huge capacity.
this day, Korea's President Park Chung-hee, who visited here 10 times with a firm belief of building a Pittsburgh here at Yongbyon Bay, made a congratulatory address. I understand that this is the first example of its kind in the world. I regard you highly for your unselfish devotion and praise your efforts and achievement.
They used their steel to start a new shipbuilding industry to challenge Japan's, and then to make their own cars. Investment began to reach the countryside. Small villages got electricity for the first time.
새 아침이 밝았네 너도 나도 일어나 새 마을을 가꾸세 살기 좋은 내 마을 우리 힘으로 가꾸세 좁은 집도 없애고 마을 길도 넓히고 푸른 동산 만들어 알뜰 살뜰 나누세
A national new community movement was launched. Villagers had to donate their time to public works projects. The government said all thatched roofs should be removed because they leaked, attracted insects, and had to be rethatched each year. All over Korea, thatch was replaced with tiles. New schools were opened, and local teachers like Park Dae-hyun had a message for the children's parents as well.
The important thing was not to hand down poverty to your children. You can't think of poverty as your destiny. Through working hard, through sweating, through being frugal, you'll have a chance to save your children from poverty. So let's work together.
Park Dae-hyun made sure children starting school for the first time were clean.
At the beginning, when we first started to wash the children, people would worry that they'd get some kind of skin disease. But after we got them clean and they saw the bright faces, the parents were happy. We got uniforms for them. We would wash and cut their hair. Eventually, they would clean themselves. And when children came from the other villages, they would say, "Oh, a black kid has come," and laugh.
President Park's leadership became a cult, and his reforms were pushed through with ruthless efficiency. Koreans were exhorted to go on making sacrifices while huge sums were being invested in industry.
부지런하고 자존심이 강하고 서로 협동을 해서 서로 도와서 땀을 흘려가면서 나도 잘 살고 우리 이웃도 잘 살고 우리 고장도 잘 살고 우리 나라도 잘 사는 그런 사회를 만들어야 되겠다. 이것이 진짜 잘 사는 것이다.